Hey there! Welcome to the Vitora Tyre Academy. Often, people claim to know a lot about tyres. They know they're black. Wow. They're round. Well, you'd want to hope so. Oh, and the other thing we often hear is that they're f***ing expensive. Well, considering they're the only thing connecting you to the road, they're really not that expensive. But there's so much more to know, like how they're made and what the writing on a sidewall means, and how the tread patterns vary to produce different benefits. What about the history of tyres? Are there any history buffs out there? Oh yes, I can see you. Great. Well, did you know what the very first tyres were made of? Solid steel! That's right guys, one hard piece of padding. Imagine that on a very early model car that had little suspension. You'd almost want a stay-at-home chiropractor on call all day. The first patent for what appears to be a standard pneumatic tyre appeared in 1847, lodged by the Scottish inventor Robert William Thomson. However, this never went into production. The first practical pneumatic tyre was made in 1888 by John Boyd Dunlop. Interestingly, it was an effort to prevent the headaches of his 10-year-old son Johnny while riding his tricycle on rough pavements. Yep, he must have got fed up with those chiropractor visits too. Dunlop then went on to start the world's first tyre manufacturing business. Interestingly, the first tyres were white. This is because the natural colour of rubber is white, and because zinc oxide was added to the rubber for strength, which had a side effect of making bright white tyres. By the second decade of the 21st century, researchers were looking for more ways to increase durability of tyres. They began to add carbon black, which was a waste product of the petroleum industry, and added longevity to the tyre, but changed the colour to black. Carbon black was soon replaced by other additives, but the tyres remain black to this day. We must admit, it sort of makes sense to leave them black. A white tyre wouldn't stay white for very long after it had been driving around on asphalt roads, or through mud, all day. Another interesting fact is the amount of waste old tyres generate. Statistics estimate that there are over 250 million tyres discarded each year. Of course, this leads to some very creative ways of recycling them to prevent them going to landfill. Some recycling programs melt the rubber for asphalt and road base, or melt them down and reuse the rubber for new tyres. Or, our favourite one, some companies actually shred them for garden mulch. Whilst we were preparing for this Academy session, we thought it would be great to find out what the strangest vehicle to use tyres is. And the best we found is a space shuttle. That's right, a space shuttle has rubber boots too. Surprisingly, the tyres found on a space shuttle's main wheels are approximately the size of those found on a large road truck. However, one space shuttle tyre can support around 142,000 pounds. That's over 64 tonnes. Not surprisingly, space shuttle tyres are rated for 259 miles per hour. Oh, and here is our favourite stat of all. We often get asked who the biggest manufacturer of tyres is in the world. It is Lego. That's right guys, Lego is the largest manufacturer of tyres. By 2011, the toy company reportedly produced 318 million of the little tyres every year. And best of all, they probably never get a puncture. That's it for today's facts guys. Stay tuned for more exciting information in the future.